is Nola Richardson, and I graduated with my Bachelor of Music degree in vocal performance in 2008. I'm a professional soprano living in New York City, and I got a lot of the start, all the skills I needed for my musical career at Illinois Wesleyan. After graduating, I attended the Peabody Conservatory, and I started freelancing in the area I lived in, Baltimore, DC. And then after a few more years, I went back to school and got a doctorate in early music from the Yale School of Music. I perform full-time for a living. I sing with everything from churches and synagogues here in New York to opera companies. And I also sing a lot with symphony orchestras. I specialize in Baroque music, so a lot of Handel's Messiahs, and even singing with professional small chamber ensembles like Seraphic Fire and Clarion. I could never have predicted the path my career would take, and I think that's the thing with majoring in music. You kind of just have to go in with a dream and trust that if you keep working hard, the path will open for you. But I've never regretted choosing to study music, and it's a really wonderful life to live.
Hi, my name is Ella Pittsford, and I'm a 2013 graduate of Illinois Wesleyan. I graduated with a degree in violin performance, and after I left Wesleyan, I pursued a master's in string pedagogy. Since I've completed my education, I am an active performer in 5 different regional orchestras, one of which I am the principal second violin for. I gig regularly in the area while also managing a private studio of 25 active students, which is still currently growing. On top of that, I am also the education coordinator and high-end violin specialist at a violin shop in the town that I live in, as well as being recently appointed part-time faculty at one of our local liberal arts universities. I am very grateful to say that all of the income I make and all of the jobs I do revolve around music, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Hey there, my name is Angela Bourne, and I am a graduate of Illinois Wesleyan University. Graduated back in 2010 with my degree in vocal performance. I am now a professional opera singer and new music specialist, and it is actually Wesleyan that set me on that path, although I didn't realize it at the time. At Wesleyan, I got the chance to do my very first opera role, which happened to be a modern opera. It's also at Wesleyan where I got the values instilled into me of why we make art in the first place. So from Wesleyan, I went on to get my master's degree at the University of Colorado Boulder. I continued working with new music and with composers while I was out there, and I even got to workshop a brand new opera by Libby Larsen while I was at it. Then I moved to Chicago, and I was really fortunate in that I was able to get on the ground floor of a new organization called Third Eye Theater Ensemble, which is an opera company that specifically produces new or seldomly performed operatic works that inspire conversation about human rights and social justice. This blended all of the items that Wesleyan actually instilled in me, which is caring about why we make art in the first place, and also my desire to get to perform new operatic works. So I've been a company member with them for about 10 years. I also get to tour. I've toured some music and recital series throughout the US. I have a touring performance that I'll be doing of Hansel and Gretel for kids up in Minnesota that's around the corner, and I'm currently in rehearsal right now for a opera by Menotti. And alongside this, I also have a dual career path where I work for an acoustics and AV consulting company that specializes in working in spaces where people gather, so things like performance halls, museums, schools. So it's a really beautiful blend of being able to see new buildings kind of come to life, and old buildings be able to get new life breathed into them, and also see some places like auditoriums for kids be able to be built and set the stage for our new generation of musicians. So that's me in a nutshell. Anyway, go to Wesleyan and go Titans.
My name is Kristen Siegfried Ballinger, and I'm a violin maker and restorer from Boston, Massachusetts, and a viola player from the class of 2009. One of the first things that people ask me when they find out what I do is, do you play? To which the answer is yes. Playing and studying music has been a crucial part of my career, from playing with local orchestras to educating players and being able to connect with some of the top musicians in the world. I spend months building and restoring instruments, and when the work is complete, what matters is, how does it sound? Not only is my background in performance important, but the historical aspect of studying music is just as important to my work now. From historically appropriate materials to placing an instrument within the context of music history, I use different aspects of my degree every day. The best part of my job is knowing that the instruments I make will be part of music that is created today.
Hi, my name is Katie Holub, and I'm a 2020 graduate of Illinois Wesleyan University. I got my degree in music education, my primary being percussion and my minor in voice. And I'm now in my 4th year of teaching. The first year of teaching, I was in St. Joseph, Illinois, right outside of Urbana. And I taught 5 through 8 band and choir. And now I'm in Woodstock, Illinois at Northwood Middle School teaching 6 through 8 middle school band, and I love it. My favorite part about being at Illinois Wesleyan is that they gave me the opportunity to pursue continuing my private lessons, both with percussion and voice, which led me to be a quality candidate for my first job and this current job only teaching band that I'm in. So I'm very thankful for those opportunities, and it got me where I am today.
Hi, my name is Joe Lewis. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan in 2014 with a degree in music education. I'm currently a 4th through 8th grade general music and choir teacher, and outside of teaching, I work as an actor and singer in the Chicago area. I really feel like the School of Music prepared me for both of those careers. As a teacher, I felt really prepared to go into the classroom, and then when I went to get my master's degree in education, I felt really prepared to think and ask questions in a way that helped to make that degree really applicable to what I do as a teacher. I also felt really encouraged by Illinois Wesleyan to follow my passion for singing and to keep performing as an active part of my life, both as a creative outlet and as a career opportunity too.
Hello, Perspective School of Music students. My name is Theoni, and I graduated Wesleyan in 2015 with a music ed degree. If you at all are feeling the call to teach our little ones or our big ones music every single day, sing, dance, move, play instruments, the field needs you. As you can see, a decade later, I'm still doing what I love to do. Wesleyan will prepare you. So if you're hearing that little voice, don't ignore it. You're going to be fine out here, and we need you.
Hi there, I'm Paul Nesper, class of 2004 at Illinois Wesleyan University. I graduated with a Bachelor's of Music in Tuba Performance. I then went on to that school down the road, got a Master's in Tuba Performance, and ended up coming down to Oklahoma in 2008 to pursue a doctoral degree in Tuba Performance. I've spent the last 15 years as a professional musician. Recently, I've just transitioned into a new career as program manager for Classical KUCO, which is Oklahoma's voice for the performing arts. My 4 years at Illinois Wesleyan really helped me prepare for this moment. Not only did it teach me to think outside of the box and be creative, but I also was able to have a radio show at WESN 88.1 for 2 semesters while I was in school. Had I not had those experiences, I never would have thought to apply for this job, and I never would have expected my life to be as great as it is right now. You can do so many different things with a music degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Hi, my name is Emily Brink. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan University in 2017 with a bachelor's degree in vocal performance. I then went on to get my master's degree also in vocal performance from the University of Massachusetts Amherst in 2019. I lived on the East Coast for about 4 years, 2 years for my master's degree, and I stayed for an additional 2. I worked in various parts of arts administration. I worked for the UMass Fine Arts Center as an event manager. I was the event coordinator at a music venue, and I taught voice lessons at a boarding school. When I moved back to Chicago in 2021, I was fortunate enough to get a job at the Lyric Opera of Chicago, where I have been since then. I am currently the VIP ticketing coordinator, and that job allows me to be in various parts of the company. So I am within the umbrella of audience services, but I get to dip my toes a little bit into marketing and development, and I absolutely love what I do at Lyric Opera. I am singing on the side as well, so I am part of the Chicago Chorale, which is a semi-professional group based in Hyde Park in the city, and I am also the soprano section leader at a church. I also have some side gigs doing weddings, funerals, and other masses, so any singing gigs that I can get, I always love that as well. So even though my degrees are in vocal performance, I decided while I was getting my master's degree that I wanted to pursue arts administration as well. And I was fortunate enough to get a few different internships that allowed me to explore that as an option. And I worked for Central City Opera as the events assistant. And then I worked for a few different other companies and discovered that I absolutely love the administrative side of the arts just as much as I love the singing. So I am very lucky to be doing what I love, being full-time at Lyric Opera, getting to be surrounded by singing and the arts all day long, doing administrative work, and then also to get to sing on the side in a really great city. So I do love what I'm doing, and my background as a vocal performance major, especially from Illinois Wesleyan, has absolutely helped me to explore all of the different options and get where I am today.
Hi, my name is Hannah Pristave, class of 2012 with a major in voice performance. Since graduating, I worked in data analytics at the Lyric Opera of Chicago before changing careers into HR, where I can nourish my passion for people. I absolutely love it, and I get to do it at a musical institution, a music tech company in the city. In my non-9 to 5, I sing and have sung with a variety of professional choirs in the city, and I have done musical comedy at some of our more renowned comedic institutions in Chicago. And I'm proud to say I've actually won an Emmy starring in a children's program that is musically based. So my journey post-IWU has been so unusual but so amazing, and I'm able to nourish my passion for music in all of these different ways. And I think I owe that a lot to my education from Illinois Wesleyan, and I'm excited to share that story with you, and thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Andrew Johnson, Illinois Wesleyan School of Music, class of 2020. My major at Wesleyan was vocal performance, but my minor instrument was organ. And it was these experiences, combined with my time in the IWU Collegiate Choir and studying choral conducting with Dr. Ferguson, that have allowed me to have an exciting career in organ and sacred music. Immediately after Wesleyan, I pursued graduate study at the Peabody Conservatory in Baltimore. I'm now working on my Doctor of Musical Arts degree at the Eastman School of Music in Rochester, New York. I'm coming to you now from Christ Church in Rochester, just across the street from the Eastman School, where I serve as assistant organist. At Eastman, I also serve as teaching assistant in aural skills. These employment opportunities at churches and at schools of music have been given to me thanks to my foundational work and time at the Illinois Wesleyan School of Music.
Hello, my name is Rachel Carreras. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan in the class of 2012 with a degree in vocal performance. After college, I always thought I was going to get my graduate degree in vocal performance, but instead I moved to Disney World and worked there for 4 years. Was a character attendant there and sang with the cast choir for all of the holidays and things like that, did shows around Orlando. And since then, I've been back in Chicago. I'm actually in a musical right now. Here's my little mic in between scenes. But I just want to encourage you to go into music, and and know that there's so many things you can do when you get out of college. It doesn't have to be the straight linear line. There's so many opportunities. Even this past summer, I just joined a new professional choir that I auditioned for, and they specify in Estel vocal training as well. And so there's always things you can be learning. I've done shows in Chicago. Last summer I was in New Orleans. Earlier this year I did 2 shows in Michigan at various different theaters, and I've been pursuing musical theater actually since college, but still getting the chance to do classical singing sometimes, even at churches. So I just want to encourage you that there's always a way to find music in your life, and even if you go to school for it, there's so many valuable skills you can get. Communicative skills, people skills, just being able to walk into any situation and really get to talk to people well is something that's really valuable too. So best of luck to you. Illinois Wesleyan is a wonderful school.
My name is Christopher Grills. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan in 2014 and was a keyboard performance major with a concentration in piano and harpsichord. Since then, I have received my Master of Music and Doctor of Musical Arts in Historical Performance from Boston University, where I studied with Peter Sykes. In 2017, I had my international concert debut on the clavichord in Kuopio, Finland, and directed and produced the North American premiere of the Telemann St. John Passion of 1745, which was featured in the Boston Globe and the Boston Music Intelligencer. I am the music director of First Parish UU of Chelmsford, Massachusetts, where I direct an adult choir, a youth choir, a handbell choir, and a small instrumental ensemble. I also teach piano in my local area and play harpsichord with the Collegium at Groton Hill Music Center.
I'm Dr. Lindsay Schlemmer, and I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan University in 2009 with a Bachelor's of Music in Cello Performance. I went on to get my master's as well as my DMA from the University of Minnesota. Today, I'm the adjunct cello professor at Bethel University. I also have a home studio of private students in Minneapolis. I am in the Duluth Superior Symphony Orchestra as a section cellist and also sub with the Minnesota Symphonia. I love playing chamber music and play with a number of groups right now around town. And one of my favorite performance opportunities right now is playing for a nonprofit called Petite Concerts that plays little concerts during story hour at different libraries for very young audiences. Prior to stepping back from some music commitments, I was the founding member of the Meadowlark String Quartet and the executive director and founder of the Southwest Minnesota String Festival, a chamber music camp for middle and high school students. All of these musical activities, the skills that I have needed for them began when I was at Wesleyan and have continued to build through my other degrees and other life and performance experiences. So definitely recommend starting at Wesleyan for a fruitful music career and just being open to all the different possibilities that lie ahead of you. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Akash Bhatia, and I'm a 2014 graduate of Illinois Wesleyan University. I received a BA in music and psychology, and my main instrument was voice. I spent my years after graduating performing in professional music ensembles in Philadelphia, where I was studying music therapy and counseling in grad school. I'm currently a board-certified music therapist and licensed clinical professional counselor, and while I don't perform as much anymore, I use music all the time in the work that I do. Music helps people communicate, learn new skills, process trauma, and cope with any mood or anxiety issues. The nonprofit that I work for just outside of Chicago aims to increase access to the creative arts therapies in community settings, particularly in schools. I don't think I could have done any of the work that I do now without a solid music foundation, as well as the communication and writing skills that I learned at Illinois Wesleyan.
Hello, my name is Haley Wendling, and I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan University in 2014 with my Bachelor of Music Education degree. Behind me is my classroom, where I've been teaching for the last 8 years, middle school choir and general music. In total, I've been teaching for 10 years, which is hard to believe. My first 2 years were at the elementary level, and then I decided that I wanted to teach middle school, and I absolutely love it. In addition to teaching, I also am a church accompanist at a Catholic church near me. So along with my voice major, I also got my piano minor with my degree. I have my master's degree from Vandercook College of Music, and I recently received my English as a second language endorsement from Northern Illinois University. So I love Illinois Wesleyan. I would absolutely endorse it 100%. And TGOE, go Titans, and if you go to Illinois Wesleyan, you won't regret it. It was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. So, also shout out to Dr. Ponce, she's fabulous.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Belt. I graduated in 2013 in music ed. After I did my student teaching, I went right to a master's program in musicology at Boston University. I did get my teaching certificate though in Massachusetts, and I did a lot of subbing while I was working on that degree to pay the bills. After that, I moved to Indiana to start my PhD in musicology at the Jacobs School of Music. And while I've been there, I've done a lot of graduate seminars and performing and teaching, and also some fun research trips. Last fall, I spent the semester in Italy as a visiting fellow at the University of Bologna. And I just moved back to Bloomington, Illinois to start teaching music history here at Illinois Wesleyan, and also graduate research over at Illinois State.
Hi, my name is Catherine Frisbee, and I am a 2010 graduate from the Illinois Wesleyan School of Music. I studied music education, with trumpet being my major instrument. Currently, I'm the head of primary music at Bangkok Prep International School, based in Bangkok, Thailand. I am also the music chair for TSAC, the Thai International School Activities Conference, where we organize large-scale events such as orchestral days, choral days, and primary music festivals.
Hi, my name is Tommy Bravos, and I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan University in 2017 with a bachelor's in composition and an arts administration and jazz studies minor. Since graduating, I have performed my original music all over the Chicagoland area. I work in the Chicago Symphony Orchestra's administration, coordinating our school concerts, and I also teach private piano and voice lessons. My original music is on streaming services on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon, and my senior recital project, Parking Garage, was orchestrated and recorded all by iWoo musicians, and it actually just passed 1 million streams on Spotify. So it's really cool that I get to put all the different types of education that I received at Illinois Wesleyan to use, both collaborating, performing, administration-wise. It's just been a really good experience getting to apply all that classical education to my contemporary and pop music on Spotify.
Hi, my name is Larissa Thomas, and I graduated Illinois Wesleyan in 2015. I came to IWU as a saxophone player, and I majored in music education and minored in dance. Since graduating, I've been teaching at the same Chicago public school on the west side of the city, where I service grades pre-K through 8th grade. Here, I've built a general music program that spans 10 grade levels, and one of the biggest points of pride for me is the way that our community supports our music program. Our annual performances have become one of the biggest events that bring our school community into the school to come support not only their students, but the arts at our school.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Daly. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan University in 2011 with a music education degree. My main instrument is the cello. Since leaving the university, I've used my degree in lots of different ways. I was a junior high orchestra teacher in the US, but for the last 10 years, I've been living abroad. So for example, in Prague, Czech Republic, I worked at a violin shop and also played in different amateur and professional orchestras, which was a great way for me to meet locals and practice the Czech language. I lived in Taipei, Taiwan, where I was a 4th grade teacher, and I used music as a way of teaching children lyrics to different English songs, which was a great way of teaching the kids English. I also lived in Colombia and got to learn the El Sistema method, the Venezuelan orchestra method that teaches music as a tool to create social change. And that's something that I use now where I live in Edinburgh, Scotland. I work at a charity that uses the El Sistema method, and we go into different poor neighborhoods and teach kids how to play string instruments. I'm really happy with the choice that I made to study music, and I have been really surprised with how flexible and how valuable my music degree has been, both in the US and also abroad. Thank you.
My name is Sean Schaefers, and I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan University in 2016 with a major in music education. My primary instrument is the trumpet, and I've been teaching in the Illinois Public Schools for the past 7 years. I currently teach in Indian Prairie School District 204 as a high school band and music production teacher. And I really love being a teacher because I get to inspire the next generation of students to love music, to see how music is a reflection of us as human beings, and to see how music can help teach us not only technical skills and performance and expressive skills, but also how it helps us learn 21st century skills that can be an asset to anybody, no matter what their future profession or calling in life is going to be. My Illinois Wesleyan experiences were vital in becoming the person to who I am today, through the awesome sense of community, to the awesome professors that I had, and to the great interactions with students who inspired me to be better every day.
Hello. My name is Jim Kidder, and I was a music school graduate of good old IWU in 1962. I taught for 3 years, enjoyed every bit of it, and then went on to become a road person, calling on schools for another music company. And after 9 years of doing that, an opportunity came up. My wife and I thought we would go into business for ourselves, and next year will be our 50th year in business as Kidder Music. Did I think that I was going to travel these various roads when I started in Illinois Wesleyan in 1958? No, but it's important for you to understand that there are a lot of opportunities to fulfill your musical needs, as well as providing musical opportunities for others, other than just teaching. When I started, I thought I would probably teach for my entire life, but there are crossroads that you come to, and it's important to recognize the fact that there is a crossroad and have to decide what you're going to do at that time. Actually, in this business, we have an opportunity to help many, many more kids start their musical careers than if I were still teaching. It's very rewarding. We have 30 employees that most of them have been a music major at some point in time, involved in music. The person who is filming this has his own band and is involved in music. We have teachers and people at the retail level that perform in bands, and as do I do in the senior citizen band here in Peoria. So all in all, it's been a wonderful trip, and it's all the result of a great liberal arts education starting at Illinois Wesleyan. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I spent my first 2 years of college at Illinois Wesleyan studying music ed and psychology. At first, my major instrument was clarinet, but being at Illinois Wesleyan made me realize what I really loved was singing, and what I really wanted to major in was music therapy. Seeing the collegiate choir perform their Christmas concert my freshman year moved me so much that I decided to start taking voice lessons and singing in choir for the very first time the spring of my freshman year. I fell in love with singing after that and have been singing and taking lessons ever since. Also, after taking music ed classes for a year and working with my high school marching band that summer, I realized instead of helping kids become better musicians, I wanted to use music to help them increase their physical, social, emotional, and cognitive well-being. This led me to transfer to Illinois State and study music therapy. Now I'm at an internship at a children's hospital, learning how to do music therapy with children in the NICU and the PICU. Even though I transferred, I have Illinois Wesleyan to thank for getting me where I am today.
I'm Max Briggs, and I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan in 2008 with a Bachelor in Music Performance on the tuba. I went on to get a master's and a doctorate from Northwestern University, and now I'm teaching in the Chicago area at Vandercook College of Music, North Central College, and Lake Forest College, as well as a bunch of high schools in the area, and it's going great.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian White and I am a music educator. I received my music education degree from Illinois Wesleyan back in 1994 and I've been teaching ever since. When I was a senior in high school, I was pretty clueless. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I enrolled in Illinois Wesleyan and then found out about their music program, and as a musician I was like, I just wanted to continue playing. Auditioned for a non-music major scholarship. And at the audition, they said, hey, you know, that was pretty good. Do you want to become a music major? I was like, okay. And showed up on day one and the rest is history. They took me under their wing, and I learned so much at Illinois Wesleyan. I've actually been teaching in band programs around the world for the last 20 years. So 8 years in Saudi Arabia, 9 years in Singapore, and I'm on my 3rd year here at the American School of Milan in beautiful Milan, Italy. So it's been quite an incredible experience, and it all started that fateful day when I heard Professor Stephen Eggleston and Roger Garrett say, "Hey, that was pretty good. You want to become a music major?" I hope you make that choice too. Take care.
Hi, my name is Maggie Brenworth. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan in 2008 with my bachelor's in psychology, then went to St. Louis University to receive my master's in occupational therapy. In high school, I received a brochure from Wesleyan stating that they had options for the multi-talented. I was a musician and wanted to continue to do that even though I wasn't going to pursue it as a major. So at Wesleyan, I played in orchestra and wind ensemble with Mr. Eggleston, and I sang in Touch of Class. After I graduated, I moved to Dubuque, Iowa, became an occupational therapist up there, and I found a community choir and played my flute in a semi-professional chamber music group up there. When I moved back to St. Louis 2 years ago, I started working at the Children's Hospital here, and the first thing I did was find a choir to sing in. I sing in a group that does project-based concerts, so 3 rehearsals in a concert with very highly trained singers. Then I also play my flute in a community college band here. It's so important to me to continue playing music even though it's not my career choice, so Wesleyan helped me to do that.
Hi, my name is Courtney Lewis. I played French horn at Illinois Wesleyan University and graduated in 2013 with majors in music and English literature. After working with a few different music and youth-centered nonprofits, I went on to get my master's in library and information science. I'm now an early literacy librarian in a public library, and I use music in my job every day. Through my library job, I advocate for the power of music in early child development and model for caregivers how to incorporate music into their children's lives. For older children, I offer opportunities to explore music. I invite them to try out boomwhackers and bucket drumming. I teach beginning ukulele, and I offer a program where I pair picture book readings with live instrumental performances. Outside of the library, I teach private lessons on the side, and I continue to play horn in my community. My music education from Illinois Wesleyan gave me a unique skill set that helps me stand out in my profession and makes my life more fulfilling.
Hello, my name is Sarah Price, and I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan University in 2003 with a Bachelor's of Music and Vocal Performance. Currently, I serve on the voice faculty of Washington University in St. Louis. I maintain an active performing career, and I have a private studio. As an educator, I really understand some of the challenges that families and prospective students face when considering majoring in music in college and what that career might look like for them. There are very valid concerns about the feasibility of making a sustainable living pursuing music. And the good news is I am here to share with you that there are many, many ways in which a student with a degree in music can have a real career. I tell my own college students that success is a journey, not a destination. And that journey does not have to include singing at the Metropolitan Opera or on Broadway. It is not that limited. I have done a lot of things throughout my career. I have always been a performer, but my singing professor and mentor at Illinois Wesleyan pulled me aside and encouraged me to try my hand at teaching. And she is the reason I teach in higher education today. In addition to those things, I've been a choral director. I have been a founding director of a youth theater group. I have served as a resource chair for the Missouri ACDA. I have been a music minister. I have been a competition adjudicator, a mentor, a musical event planner. The list goes on. And most of these things I did basically with the help of either the experience or that I gained as a student at Wesleyan or what I learned while I was there. So a friend and a fellow IWU alum, a few years older than I, has a term that she has always talked about ever since she graduated called the Wesleyan connection. And what this meant to her is in reference to the incredible network of alums, specifically performing arts alums, that exists all over the world. And I've felt this effect myself. These people have been in audition rooms. They have been on the stage with me. They have been in all parts of my career, actually. And when you meet these people, oftentimes they are the first to offer you either a word of support, maybe a networking introduction, a way in which to ask questions and gain a little bit of insight maybe and benefit from some of their experience. But it truly, really exists out there, that Wesleyan connection. And not only have I benefited from it on the receiving end, I've also been able to offer that support to other alums coming up. And it's really incredible to know that exists out there for you after you graduate. So some of my very best years were spent in Presser Hall at Illinois Wesleyan, and I would encourage you, as you consider where it is that you want to spend your time in college, or maybe what it is that you want to major in, consider music at Illinois Wesleyan. It was one of the best choices I have ever made.
Hi, my name is Kate McHugh. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan in 2021. I was a music minor and a psychology major, and I played bassoon in the orchestra as well as the wind ensemble. Currently, I'm in law school, and I play with the Chicago Bar Association Symphony Orchestra, and I play bassoon with them, and it's been able to allow me to continue playing while in law school with a bunch of other attorneys and students who are interested in law. I have also played with the Arlington Heights Community Band and the Palatine Community Band. And keeping music in my life, I continue to still play with the Chicago Bar Association, as well as wherever I end up. If I end up moving, making sure that there's an orchestra that I can stay a part of. And with law, I'm looking at doing some copyright stuff for music and seeing where that takes me. What I really pulled from my music degree, even though I didn't continue into performance or anything, is analyzing music and being able to break down smaller bits of information, whether that be music or in a law case. And that analysis is the same whether you're looking at Beethoven's symphony, a legal case from today's Supreme Court, or any other analysis that you have to do in life. It's so applicable.
Hi, my name is Alicia Levin. I hold a Bachelor of Music degree in Piano Performance and Pedagogy from Illinois Wesleyan, along with a minor in French. I finished up in 2002. And then I went on to graduate school at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where I earned a master's degree and a PhD in music history. I used my education from Illinois Wesleyan in everything that I did. I was able to finish my graduate work without any student loans because I could teach piano both as a faculty member at UNC and then privately. I accompanied a variety of different choirs and vocal students throughout my time there, and all of that helped me to graduate without any loans and start my career. I also used my French minor to inform my work as a scholar. I wrote a dissertation on French pianists of the 19th century, and so I was able to live in Paris for a year doing research and travel all around Europe at conferences and doing research, meeting other people. And now these days, I still teach in musicology and do research. I also still teach a few piano students. I'm working with a church right now to help revitalize their music program. So there's so many different directions that I went with that degree, and I'm so grateful for the education that I received. I'm so grateful to have those skills and to have music in my everyday life.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Trevor. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan in 2014 with a BA in music, and my main instrument is the cello. While I was at Illinois Wesleyan, I realized I wanted to be a music cognition researcher, and so the next place I went was Ohio State University, where I worked on my master's and my PhD in music theory and my master's in cello performance. After I graduated, I won a grant which allowed me to go to Zurich, Switzerland, and research in a neuroscience lab at the University of Zurich. In my latest position, I now live in the United Kingdom, and I worked at the University of Birmingham this past academic year, where I taught lectures on music cognition and music and emotion. And now I'm home with my baby girl for a little while. After that, I may continue to work in academia as a professor either in music or psychology if I can find a position, or I will transition into industry and potentially work in the sonic branding industry where they're very interested in music and emotion as well.
Hi, Illinois Wesleyan Titans. My name is Susan Hager-Heath, and I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan in 2012. Feels like 5 minutes ago and a lifetime ago, all at the same time. I graduated as a double major in elementary education and music performance. So it was a little bit of a different path. I wasn't necessarily a music education major, and I wasn't exactly like a full-on performance major either, but I kind of combined the two. It was just after the recession, and my dad thought that I was never going to get a job in music ed, so I majored in elementary education and music. I'm a piano performance was my main instrument. In 2013, I got my first full-time teaching job as a music teacher. So the joke was on my parents. I got a teaching job that I still hold to this day at Our Lady of Perpetual Help Catholic School in Glenview, Illinois. And I've been the preschool through third grade music teacher there for 11 years. So after I secured that job in 2013, I was able to get a few years of music teaching under my belt, and I was not great in the beginning, still kind of finding my sea legs, but I had great mentors along the way and a principal who really believed in me and my abilities. And I decided to go back for my master's degree from Vandercook College of Music. I am rooting for you. We need more good musicians out there. And if you are in the North Shore suburbs, give me a holler.
My name is Devin Johnston. I was a vocal music education major who graduated Wesleyan in 2014. I worked as a middle school choir teacher for about 8 years and have since moved to work as a tech consultant, which has actually ended up freeing up more time for me to have music in my life. I currently sing in 2 professional vocal ensembles, one of which is the Chicago Chamber Choir that we do 4 concerts every year, and I also sing with a group called Cor Cantiamo based out of Northern Illinois University that is a paid ensemble, which we just got back from touring internationally in the United Kingdom and giving a couple of concerts. So I'm living proof that even if music isn't your full-time job, there are so many ways to be involved and to be invested.
This is Karen Moore Froelich. I graduated in 1971 with an education degree and also went on to the Yale School of Music and received a Master of Music degree in French horn performance. I played for many years as a freelance musician in New York City, doing Broadway shows, playing with orchestras, bands, and other ensembles. Once I have a family, I decided to put my education to work, got a job teaching in the Harrison Central Schools, and taught there for 22 years. I've had private studio and also taught in a community music school. Many of my students are now professional musicians or teachers. I continue to play my instrument. I am active in retirement, and I urge you to continue on your musical journey and enjoy the School of Music. It's a wonderful, wonderful place, and I've received a wonderful education.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Rudy. I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan University with a degree of voice back in 2019, and I also played percussion during my time at Illinois Wesleyan, which has served me well in my musical career since graduating. I got to play percussion with the community band there in Bloomington, as well as playing percussion for the Illinois Wesleyan Symphony Orchestra and Wind Ensemble as a hired player. And I also got to sing with the community choir there in Bloomington, as well as First Presbyterian Church's choir in Norma, Illinois. I've since then moved to San Antonio, Texas, and I'm working on my master's degree in music education, and I should be done after this semester of student teaching. And I've also taught music in South Africa, and I plan on going back and teaching some more for an extended amount of time. I also give voice lessons and piano lessons in my home, and I'm auditioning for the San Antonio Master Singers really soon, which I'm really excited about. So there's lots you can do after Wesleyan if you just put your mind to it.